Everybody seems to love Vol Twitter and their ability to attack national writers. I don't know if Ron Slay loves that or not, but Ron Slay, Vol Twitter is a thing. It is something that some national writers must be wary of if they're going to write something about Tennessee, right?
Yeah, I listen. I got a Vol. I got a tent sitting outside Vol Twitter. I'm like, you know how they do. Coach K, Coach, what is it, Coach Shashevskyville? That's me. I'm sitting outside Vol Twitter. I can't wait to get my ticket. I'm always camped out. You know what I mean? As soon as the doors open, I fly in there. I love it. That's home. That's my home away from home. Being able to get into Vol Twitter and have just run rampant because it's endless. It's endless. It's endless drinks. It's endless food. It's endless money. Like your tokens never run out. You can play all the games involved to it. I love it. I love it.
Hit that thumbs up button. We love Ron. Ron Slay's appearance brought to you by Zach England of Best and Brock. Zach's got your back, personal injury attorney in the Chattanooga area that you just can't get anywhere else, and you can go toe-to-toe with those insurance lawyers. All right, Ron, we were having this discussion. Whose career would you rather have if it ended right now? Tom Izzo, John Calipari.
Oh, I'm gonna go. I'm probably gonna. That's tough, man. I probably go Izzo. Because it just feels. I'm a family oriented guy. You know, I like to have that loving feel, that pick up the phone call. And I ain't saying Cal don't have this. It just feels like I can call Izzo and he gonna answer anytime. You know what I'm saying? And he's not, and he gonna tell me, man, like I can't help you on this one, but call me back and I'll get you together. Or he gonna make it happen. Cal, I feel like sometimes Cal's phone will go to voicemail. I think it has a couple more important things to do than talk to a former guy. I think Izzo will make time. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I just, as far as like the career, being at one school like that, man, and just keeping your feet planted. Like, of course, he went other places, but keeping his feet planted right there and what he's created at Michigan State. You start talking blue bloods, and man, even though Michigan State isn't a blue blood, there's someone that's always in the vicinity, you know, and always there. So, I love what Izzo's done, man, and I love the way he comes out, speaks for his players, and more than anything, I love how he admits when he's wrong. I think that's one thing like that you can carry on. I love a man that a person that can admit when they're wrong, man. That's all right for me.
Speaking of admitting when they're wrong,
Caleb, you gonna make me start growing my beard. What's going on? You going caveman on us? What's up?
And somebody pointed out he's wearing the Shooter McGavin jacket, which that was a pretty good line.
We just had St. Patty's Day. I'm mostly Irish. My beard looks Irish, so you know.
I like it.
Throwing it out.
I like it.
Well, speaking of admitting when we were wrong, Ron, I'll man up. I'll raise a drink to you this time. I didn't do the. I'm not going to do the Dr. Evil sip tea this time. You got me. I saw you having a little bit of fun on Twitter over the weekend. So I will allow you to direct your Vol Twitter at me, but I'll say you were right going in. This was a good matchup for Tennessee with Duke, and I didn't think about it until you called me out on it last week. That even though I have concerns about Tennessee, Duke wasn't the team to expose those concerns, and I just wanted you to elaborate on it because you nailed it.
I think a lot of it though, Caleb, and this is to, you know, like the media that have had a problem with the way Tennessee played, even though they've watched the Tennessee games all year long and they know who they are. I think when you get to this, once you get to March Madness, it's a different type of light, man. It's a different type of light. It's a different kind of whistle that's going to be blown. And then you got to imagine the era that we're playing in when you got these super seniors and guys that got the COVID year and the transfer portal and all of that. I imagine it like me being an 8th grader wanting to go play with the high school kids, or me being a high school guy wanting to go play with the college teams. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I get on the court, regardless of how athletic I am, skilled I am, the first thing they're going to do is put a forearm in my chest and make me feel them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. Like, and they're going to say, hey, young fella, that ain't happening in here. Like they look good with your peers that you playing with, but we old over here, man. And we ain't doing all that jumping around, flying and all. No. If you can jump through this elbow, then go ahead. You cab at it. We smack you on the butt. Let's get back and play defense. But you look at it, and Duke, outside of Roach, they had freshmen that they relied on. Yeah, Mac Williams went out and everything. Yeah, but Zakai went out. So you can swap that out. This is the thing. When you get the physicality part of it, it's different when you're playing that versus skill, and if the game is able to slow down, which it was. You know what I'm saying? So I felt that was going to play favor in Tennessee's advantage, and they were able to use it. You know, and guys stepped up. You know, and that's the thing. Michigan State plays the exact same way. Rick Pitino, who's back in the Big East, plays the exact same way. He says they can't call all like I know this for a fact. I mean, a fact. I played with plenty of Louisville players while I was overseas, and believe me, around this time, this is all like we don't go out to. Usually, we get out to practice when we're playing professionally. Get out to practice about an hour early, get shots up and everything. Man, during March Madness and tournament time, we're not going out to practice till about 2-3 minutes before coach blow the whistle, and it's time to get, because we're sitting in the locker room telling all the stories and everything behind the scenes. Louisville players say, coach says, play the way I'm telling you to play because they can't call all the fouls. So if you got to sacrifice someone, as long as everybody's doing it, if there's one person doing it, it's going to look crazy. They're going to call that guy, get him out of the game, and then everybody going to have their way. But if everybody's doing it, they're not going to call 100 fouls, man. They're going to be there all night. Refs want to go home too. You know what I'm saying? So It's that simple. So that's what it is. And then you look at the old style coaches, traditional style coaches. Izzo still playing away. Coach Barnes still playing away. Not the new era guys. You won't see that from the guys that want to get up and down, like a Nate Oates. You won't really see that. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be different, man. And as long as you can impose your will on the game, you got a great chance of advancing.
Ron, as far as the actual calls, I didn't think they necessarily benefited one team or the other. I think Tennessee's deeper bench benefited them, which I think is kind of what you're saying, right?
Yeah, but without question, I don't think it was officiating at all, because I think the fouls that were fouls got called. Like Euros, which they kept pointing out, Euros putting a forearm in the guy's chest. They called the foul. That was a foul. Okay, let's move on. You know what I'm saying? He ran because a shot was being shot from the corner. The best side to rebound from when a shot from the corner is the opposite side. Filipowski was standing right there on the opposite side, unattended to. Euros coming down in transition, went to box out. That's what you supposed. You better do it. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna be sitting down on the bench? So that's a part of it, man. And that's what I think. And I also say Duke matched it. Like they were physical as well. Like that's what you're supposed to do. If you don't, you're gonna get ran out of the gym. And I'm all for it. The reason being because I call it when I call it how I see it. Kentucky pumped Tennessee up on Rocky Top, Chris Lofton's jersey night. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. You go away from it and you ask the guys in the locker room, they say, we didn't match their physicality. Kentucky came out and gave it to us. It's the same exact thing. Nobody had a problem with it then. We were praising Kentucky. Yeah, they're back on track. Ooh, look at them. Sheboy, Chris Livingston. What's the difference? What's the difference?
Let me ask you that, Ron, because it sounds like what you're saying a little bit is that if Michigan State can get away with it, other teams can get away with it.
Yeah.
It sounds like there's a difference between the haves and the have-nots, so to speak. So, but Tennessee's been knocking on the door for a long time. Yeah. At what point do you knock on the door and you don't get thrown under the bus by, in this particular case, some of the national media? Man, how long do you have to knock? It's been like 20 years.
Yeah, I know. I guess till you advance and you win the big one, I guess then it'll stop. Then
it really is. But honestly, is that it? Do you have to win it all or make the Final Four to get people off your back?
I believe so, man. And I think you look at it, and it's also not only the way Tennessee plays, it's the way Rick Barnes coaches. You look at his Texas teams, they were the same exact way. You look at James Thomas, who I played against. When he was at Texas, you talking about physical, Lord have mercy. Man, the man taped his wrist, both wrists, to come out there and play basketball. Why you need both wrists taped? How are you going to shoot? This ain't football. What are you doing, JT? That's my man, $100,000. But he knew it. He was like, man, this what I'm gonna have to do. Dirty it up. Not dirty it up, but play physical. Because I'm gonna get every rebound. He got the same traits that Tobe Awaka has. Have you ever seen one person box Tobe Awaka out? No, you won't. They better send two, because he's gonna swim move like on the football field and go after him. So it's that brand of basketball, and it's that style that it's kind of been taken away because guys have retired. Coach K, look at what he had. Sheldon Williams, Shane Battier, Elton Brand. Like these ain't finesse guys. These physical fools that you better be ready to rumble with. You know what I'm saying? Jay Wright the same way. Even though he had guards and he played a 4-round-1 system, that one was a monster down there. Same thing. Bill Self missed it a little bit because he wasn't in the tournament this year. But the coaches, as they start to move out, you start to see this new era ushered in, and it's more of a finesse style game. So you don't see it as much anymore. But the ones you do see it with, you just look around, man. Those are the ones that have lasted.